Yeah, we were listening to it while we were driving to Big Bear. And it was like great driving music and like very easy for us to like talk over, and it was relaxing, and then some of it was sexy, so it was like great date driving music. I was like, I am vibing with this.
Welcome to the Siren Songbook, a podcast where we discuss female artists, their music, their history, and the impact they've made on the music industry. Join us each month as we pick a new inspirational artist and celebrate exactly what it is that makes them so magical. Welcome, everyone, to episode 8 of the Siren Songbook. I am Amy.
I'm Kasey.
And today we're discussing H.E.R. H.E.R. Her. This was actually on the Discord requested, so...
Nice.
But also, I just like her. She's kind of a badass. So, you want to get started, Kasey?
Yeah. One of the things I found out while doing this was that she's younger than me, and that made me feel really so accomplished. This beautiful woman, her name is Gabriella Wilson, born June 27th, 1997, known professionally as H.E.R., which is an acronym for Having Everything Revealed. She's an American R&B singer, and she's won an Academy Award, a Children and Families Emmy Award, and 5 Grammy Awards, along with nominations for a Golden Globe Award, 3 American Music Awards, and 4 Billboard Awards. Very, very accomplished. She's like 3 out of 4 for the EGOT?
Yeah, she's almost there. She's just got to get the Tony, I think.
I know. She just did the live-action Beauty and the Beast, so... Yeah. Well, not the movie, but the live-action musical.
Yeah, it was like the 30th anniversary... It was like half musical, half concert.
Yeah. So she's well on her way. And that's so exciting. I'm so excited to see how she gets to it. But, again, she was born in Vallejo, California, to a Filipino-American mother and a black father, and raised in California's San Francisco Bay Area. According to an interview with Guitar Center, Wilson's father was a musician in a cover band and hosted their practice sessions in the family's living room. I know exactly what that's like because I do that. Additionally, members of her mother's extended family were guitarists, drummers, and bassists, as well as vocalists, often playing for karaoke events. And Wilson states that these are some of her earliest influences musically. I can definitely say, as someone who grew up with a musical family, like that has such a great influence on my life and what I chose to do with my life, and to surround herself immediately with all of this music really makes sense as to how she became the prodigy she actually is.
Yeah. My grandfather was a singer, and he's the first person I ever sang on stage with, and I probably wouldn't be like anywhere where I am if I didn't sing with my grandpa growing up.
That's so cute. I love that. At age 10, performing as Gabby Wilson as her stage name, she played an Alicia Keys song on the piano for the Today Show and at the famed Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York. On September 23rd, 2007, covering Aretha Franklin's Freeway to Love. She made her acting debut at the age of 9, starring in the Nickelodeon TV film Schoolgirls with a Y, created by Nick Cannon. She also performed on Maury and Good Morning America and The View, all, in 2008. So like before she was
10 years old.
Yeah. At this time, she was managed by Will Smith's Overbrook Entertainment, and she performed at the age of 12 at the 2010 BET Awards, covering Alicia Keys' 2001 hit Fallen, sang as a tribute to Keys at the ASCAP Awards, and competed on Radio Disney's The Next Big Thing at age 12 with her song My Music, featured on Radio Disney. So, from the jump, she has been at it. While she may be young, she is a seasoned pro.
Yeah, like when you said like she's younger than me and look how much she's done, but like she's been going her whole life. I mean, this is a very tenured career. In 2011, at the age of 14, Wilson signed a record deal with Sony's RCA Records via J Records, and a deal arranged by her manager Jeff Robinson's MBK Entertainment. Her debut single, Something to Prove, was released under her real name. But she rebranded in late 2016 with the new H.E.R. persona. Wilson released her debut EP, H.E.R. Volume 1, on September 9th, 2016, produced by songwriter David Swag Arcelius Harris, and received support from Usher, Tyrese, Pusha T, and Wyclef Jean. Label mates Alicia Keys and Brian Tiller helped get the word out through Twitter cosigns, shoutouts, and reposts. Good Lord. So like she has like the biggest names just like in R&B and just backing her right off
Well, not right off the bat, but
yeah, I mean, her major label debut, she's 19 years old, and Alicia Keys is like, hey, everybody go listen to this new person.
Yeah.
I feel like I've known of her forever, and I didn't know she was younger than me because she's just been around for so long that I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were the same age. Just figured she'd like just, I don't know. It's very, very cool. And in April of 2017, Rihanna posted an Instagram clip with H.E.R.'s track Focus playing in the background, and the clip has been viewed over 5 million times. Additional industry support came from Issa Rae of HBO's Insecure, Taraji P. Henson of Empire, and Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner. NPR listed H.E.R. Volume 1 as the first selection in its 5 essential R&B albums you slept on, calling the music slow-burning R&B that zooms in on emotional highs and lows. Rolling Stone included H.E.R. in its March 2017 10 Artists You Need to Know roundup, and Forbes named her one of 5 alternative R&B artists to look out for in 2017, reporting, quote, in the same vein as The Weeknd's enigmatic introduction to the world, H.E.R.'s image remains a mystery. The irony, though, is that her moniker is an acronym for having everything revealed.
Yeah.
Which is so sick. I mean, out the gate, she is, you know, creating
Blowing
this type
up.
of buzz. Yeah, I mean, that only comes from like once in a generation talent. And I can definitely say, as someone who's listened to her music, that I totally agree with what Forbes said about, you know, this is an enigmatic world, and how Rolling Stones kind of said that this is like very like slow, like emotional R&B music. Like for me, it was very much like listening to her music just in general, not just this album or this EP, but just in general is very like, it's very calming. It's kind of like, it just like, I don't know, seamlessly blends into my life. It doesn't like pull my attention in like a good or bad way. It's just, it's a part of it. You're living in the music, which I think is really special.
Well, that's what I was saying. We were driving to it, and we listened to H.E.R. 2017, which was the album.
Okay.
But I think they like came out in 2 parts. Like they might have been 2 EPs.
Yeah,
or
that's what I think is the thing. I think they put both of them together. Yeah.
Because it was like a really long album, and so was her second one. But like, yeah, we're just driving and listening to the music, and I'm like, oh, what part are we at? I didn't, you know, like it's just there. It was great driving music. Great.
Oh yeah.
Like we're just talking. Like I said, date music. Like
very
sexy.
vibey.
Every kind of way. That one is just, I put down that it's like romantic and hot and everything all at once. Because like, and my favorite line, the one that really caught me, like there were a few lines that like, as I'm vibing and talking and we're driving to Big Bear and whatnot, there were a few lines that I was just like, ooh, okay, I caught that.
Yeah.
And in this one it was, I want to fall like your favorite season, I'll never get up.
Ooh, nice.
I loved it.
Nice.
I was like, yes. Also from that EP first album, one of my favorite songs ever from her is The Best Part.
Oh yeah.
With Daniel Caesar. It's just one of my favorites. It's one of my comfort songs. I listen to it all the time. And if life is a movie, you're the best part. Like,
so cute.
I literally put that song behind my post about our Big Bear weekend.
That's so cute. I love that. Wilson's follow-up EP, H.E.R. Volume 2, which also came out the same year, was produced by Harris and was released on June 16th, 2017, and included the single Say It Again, which I really do love that song. She went on tour with Bryson Tiller for the Set It Off tour and concluded her first headlining tour, the Lights On tour, in support of H.E.R. Volume 2. And she released H.E.R. Volume 2, the B-sides. Same thing in 2017. She just had music upon music upon music. She was just putting out, like writing like she was running out of time. Also produced by Harris. And on October 20th, 2017, the single 2, October 13th of that same year. So there's just so much going on. The compilation album, which is all of this together that you were talking about. It's very, very long. It's all 3 different situations put into one album. It was released on October 20th of 2017 and comprised the songs from each of the 3 EPs in this series. The album won Best R&B Album and received 4 other nominations at the 61st Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year and Best New Artist.
Yeah.
Out the gate. Knew exactly what artist she wanted to be, had so much to say, and said it so eloquently and so cohesively that the biggest
the biggest award show in the world was like 5 Grammy Awards.
Here you go.
This is amazing. I mean, to be nominated for Album of the Year, you truly have to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
And out the gate, knowing exactly who she is, I didn't know who the hell I was at 19. I did not.
No, not
Kudos
at all.
to her for figuring that out way early.
Well, and not just that, like we've talked about this before on the podcast, but you talk about like your image and how you want to have that thing that when people see it, they know it's you. And with her, it's like those sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
Like she wears those sunglasses. When she was in The Color Purple, which we'll get to later, like it took me half the movie to realize it was her.
Yeah. Dude, same. I mean, when she was doing Beauty and the Beast, I kept looking at her and I was like, it's so funny to say I kept looking at her, but I did. I kept looking at her and I was like, I know she is her, but my brain is saying this is somebody else. Because it's also a huge part of her image is not just her sunglasses, but her beautiful hair. I mean, unbelievably beautiful hair. So when it was like up because of Belle, I was like, it's very not in a I know in a lot of like teen movies when like the girl takes off the glasses, you're like, oh, she was pretty underneath. It's not like that at all. I wear glasses full time. I think glasses are beautiful. But it is one of those things where it's like you're almost like, oh, I didn't recognize you.
Yeah. Well, and also like hers are more like sunglasses, so they like kind of cover. But she is gorgeous both ways.
She was blessed by the Lord.
The first time I saw her, like the first time I like really paid attention was when she performed at the Grammys and she was playing that guitar and I was just like drool coming out the side of my mouth.
Oh my God.
Which now I feel, how old is she again?
27.
Okay, it's not that
bad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and she's just, oh my God, she's just really, really, really beautiful. She continues moving forward to release more and more EPs. I totally get the concept of wanting to do that because it's like you have so many different things to say. They may not fit in like a 12-song album, but you got ideas here and ideas there and ideas there and ideas there. And in September of 2018, so not even a year after her compilation album comes out and she wins the Grammy for Best R&B Album, the I Used to Know Her tour happened in support of her EP series known as I Used to Know Her The Prelude and I Used to Know Her Part 2, which was her second, or altogether her second compilation album. I Used to Know Her was released on October 30th, 2019. So all within this short amount of time, she comes through, and I will say, of the things that I listen to, I really like I Used to Know Her. That like series is so good. Yeah. And I do think what's really interesting, like the I Used to Know Her prelude has her holding what is it called? One of those pictures, those Polaroid pictures of her. Yeah. And then I Used to Know Her Part 2, you can like see it developed more, which I just thought was such a cool idea. And at first when I was listening to it, I was like, it's the same picture, but why does one look more, like I can see it better than the other? And I didn't realize at first that they were two different things.
I wrote a lot about this one. But like as soon as it started, I was like, this one feels more upbeat. Her first compilation album, most of it was like slow, vibey, moody R&B. This had some breaks in it that were not so slow and vibey. Like immediately the first song I turned to Leo and I was like, this feels more upbeat.
Yes, 100%.
She's trying something different and it worked. I wrote that Carried Away is funky as fuck. That one was just like, I was grooving to that. I'm Not Okay stopped me in my tracks while we were driving.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I wrote down the lyrics. Sick to my stomach, 4 a.m, I can't sleep, in and out the city. I'm worried about where you may be. Feels like I've been here, stressing about things that I can see.
Yeah.
That one really like, I heard it come on. I was like, ooh, because we had stopped. And then Leo was trying to figure out where we were in the album. And he started playing that one. I was like, I like that one. And he's like, yeah, but I'm trying to figure out where we left off. And I'm like, but I like that one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. For me, I think the standout, and understandably, I don't know why I always gravitate towards a single. It's like I have a sixth sense for it. That like before, when I'm just listening to something as is and I don't know it's a single, I'm always like, that's that's a really solid song. For me, it was Hard Place.
That's a good one.
Caught Between Your Love and a Hard Place.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, that really stood out to me. I mean, this song was celebrated so much so that it was nominated for a BET Award, a Soul Train Music Award, a Grammy Award, and an NAACP Image Award, and it won the BET Award. But it was, that song in particular was nominated at the Grammys for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. So not even a year later, she's like back at the Grammys getting more or collecting more nominations. And then for the NAACP Image Awards, it was nominated for Outstanding Song and Outstanding Music Video. She performed Hard Place on NPR's Tiny Desk in an episode released on YouTube December 13th, 2018. And she also performed it at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards. And she performed it again the following month on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which I think also kind of like catapulted her to like more people. And
I remember the Tiny Desk concert.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, ugh. It was so good.
I remember when that came out and people were telling me I needed to watch it, and I watched it and I was like, who is this person?
Yeah.
She's her.
That's exactly, I think it was Janelle told me you need to watch it.
She might have sent that to our whole group chat.
Maybe,
I think that might have been
that's
what it
why.
was. She was like, you guys got to see this. I think we had the same experience. So good.
And
honestly.
that's really when I like started kind of paying attention to her. But also from that album, The Lord Is Coming as the closer. So that was the closer to the whole compilation album. And this line like sent chills up my spine. I never read the news anymore. It's hard not to feel hopeless when no one noticed the explosion came from a man whose legal gun was loaded.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So
I mean,
good.
it's honestly, it's such a heartbreaking lyric, but I mean, we all know exactly what she's talking about. We all know where she's coming from. We've all had
And she, you know, that was a very powerful protest song, which then leads into her next one that she got awards for, which is I Can't Breathe. So I Can't Breathe was a single.
That's what I thought.
That she released as a George Floyd protest song. Yeah, so when I was on her Wikipedia, they had like nothing.
Which is really
interesting.
Very, very interesting.
But yeah, so she does this, she wins all those awards, and then I Can't Breathe comes out in 2020 after everything with George Floyd came out. And this was her George Floyd protest song. The line that really stood out to me was, what is a gun to a man that surrenders? What's it going to take for someone to defend her? If we all agree that we're equal as people, then why can't we see what is evil? She won Grammy for Song of the Year for that song.
Damn. I Can't Breathe came out on June 19th, 2020. And it was written by her, DeMille and Tiara Thomas. It reached number 20 on Billboard's Hot R&B Songs. And it was hers first ever win in the category of Song of the Year. I'm sure will not be her last. No. It marks her first win, but it was also the second song to be nominated in this category after Hard Place. So consistently. Yeah. You know. It also won the MTV Music Video Awards Video for Good and the MTV Europe Music Video Awards Video for Good. It also won the Soul Train Music Award, the Ashford and Simpson Songwriter of the Year Award, and Song of the Year. She performed I Can't Breathe in 2020 as part of iHeartRadio's Living Room Concert Series presented by State Farm. And the artist also performed the song live for Apple Music on June 26, 2020 as part of their Black Music Month. The music video has the song accompanying footage of different marches around the world protesting police brutality and systemic racism. The video pays tribute to victims of police brutality by displaying their names throughout the music video. Some of those include George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Philando Castile.
Which I love when artists use their voice for good too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's they aren't scared to use it to stand up for what's right, and she was rewarded for it. Obviously,
so yeah. Throughout the rest of 2020, she was still very, very busy, despite the fact that we were in the pandemic and also dealing with a lot as a country. On September 20th, 2020, she sang Prince's song Nothing Compares to You for the In Memoriam segment of the 72nd Annual Primetime Emmy Awards. In February of 2021, during the pregame festivities for one of the Super Bowls, couldn't tell you which one that was, she performed America the Beautiful. Hey, I'm a musician. I don't know nothing about balls. It was the one where they throw it and that one team won. You know how?
Yeah.
You know that one. She performed America the Beautiful, singing and playing guitar. And on June 17th, 2021, her single Damage topped the U.S. R&B radio chart. The song is from her debut full-length album, which is crazy. There's so much music up until this point, but it's her debut full-length album, Back of My Mind, which was released in June 18th of 2021. In August of that same year, it was announced that Wilson was in final negotiations to make her feature film debut in the 2023 film adaptation of The Color Purple, playing the role of Squeak. She also sings a duet with Taryn Wells on the song called Hold Us Together.
She also wrote a few other songs for that one, which I had later on in this. But in this time, too, she also wrote Fight for You for Judas and the Black Messiah, and that's where she got her first Academy Award.
That's true. You know,
so
I will say, and I definitely want to keep this in the podcast, that her, like, the information that's readily available about her is not as extensive as a lot of other artists, and I just find that to be really insane.
Yeah. It's like you find bits and pieces all over. I had to kind of like piece together the timeline because like even if you click on awards on her Wikipedia page, they list none of her awards.
That is so freaking weird. You think that, there would be a section about her winning an Oscar? That's kind of a big deal. But I did listen to that song from Judas and the Black Messiah, and it is very beautiful. I think it's her top song on Spotify currently, if I'm correct. Let me look that up.
But yeah, she won that for Best Original Song, making her a Grammy and Academy Award winner.
And an Emmy winner.
And then she became an Emmy winner because she got one for...
Oh, was that for Beauty and the Beast?
No, that was for her contribution to We the People. She wrote a song for We the People, which is Barack and Michelle Obama's TV show for kids to teach about the... American political system and everything, and like kind of Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Modern day. Brandi Carlile wrote a song for that one too.
Interesting.
And so, but she won an Emmy for it, so that is making her an EGOT.
Yes.
And we're just waiting for the.
Exactly. Which will not be far away. She's already accomplished more than most people will ever in their entire life, and she's not even 30. So
yes.
Sorry, you can keep.
Oh well, no. So then she released "Back of My Mind," which was her album, and my two favorite songs. I'm a little biased because when Leo and I first started dating, he sent me "Slide."
Oh, okay.
And that is on I have a little playlist of songs that Leo has sent me over the years. And that one comes on all the time. So it's just like ingrained in me at this point. So that's definitely one of my favorite songs. I love that song. I love the groove of the song. It's also just like a lot of her music, very, very sexy. I also liked Exhausted. Because on the other side, I also just love sad songs.
Same. I am a sucker for sad songs. And I will have to say the album artwork for Back of My Mind is so beautiful. Holy shit. She really is one of the prettiest people on planet Earth.
She's stunning.
Another thing that I also noticed when I was looking into her, because I personally, before this podcast, didn't really know a significant amount about her, that she's done so many collaborative songs with other artists, and all of them, regardless of what artist she's collaborating with, she is still unmistakably herself, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
She's unmistakably her.
I specifically remember after she came out with her first album, she did the Grammy performance in 2022. Which do you have the nominations for what she got for that album? Were there any awards for it?
Yes, she was nominated for Album of the Year and Best R&B Album at the Grammy Awards for Back of My Mind.
Okay. She performed at the 64th Grammys. And I specifically remember that performance because she did Damaged, We Made It, and then she sang Are You Gonna Go My Way, and Lenny Kravitz and Travis Barker came out.
Oh,
but during this performance, she played drums, and then she played guitar, and then she wailed on the guitar. And this is the moment that I talked about earlier where I was like, oh my God, I think I love her. And I think Janelle sent me that one too. I think Janelle sent me the Grammys performance and was just like, Amy, I don't think you understand.
This is important.
And yeah, it was just a big performance too. Like Lenny Kravitz and Travis Barker playing with her.
Yeah.
Are You Gonna Go My Way? She killed it, and it's just a moment that lives rent free in my mind. I think about it often. Shortly after that, and then she won. Did she win, or was she just nominated?
She was just nominated.
Oh, okay. Which I mean, still.
I mean,
to be nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, she did the Beauty and the Beast 30th celebration. And she was in the likes of Josh Groban, who played the Beast.
Yes.
Shania Twain, who played Mrs. Potts. Martin Short, who was Lemire. Like big names. And to be fair, she was a big name by now too.
Dude, I will say, not to derail this, but Gaston was played by Joshua Henry, and I'm obsessed with him. You hear me? I'm obsessed.
Did you watch it when it came out?
I did. He has like a performance in a different Broadway show that like they did a cast recording of, and that video is like my comfort Broadway video. Oh my God.
I loved her as Belle. I think she was an amazing Belle. And then also, I loved her outfits in that show.
They looked so pretty. Yeah.
I loved the play on Belle that they did with them. Like this one. I know that the audience can't see it.
Oh,
but in the promotional material, she has like a Belle yellow pantsuit and a waistcoat that comes in with a train behind it. Oh my God. It's everything.
I mean, this is also like a very great, I mean, this is like a big deal because also while it was announced on July 20th, 2022 that she had been cast to play Belle in this special, she became the first African Filipino woman to play a Disney princess on screen. And explaining about her role in an interview on Good Morning America, she said, I never thought I could be a Disney princess. Of course, every little girl wants to be a Disney princess, but I'd never seen one that looks like me. So I get to be that for little girls now. And I think that that's so cool.
I love that.
I do too.
That makes my heart so happy.
Dude, aside from acting, by the way, she further served as the producer and arranged the musical numbers with the original composer, Alan Menken, which she felt was an amazing experience and learned so much about herself. So a lot of what you're hearing, she also is behind the scenes in that too. Like legitimately, I think, not only is her, which almost sounds grammatically incorrect, not only is her extremely talented in the R&B space and extremely beautiful. Like she is so incredibly smart and speaks the language of music so fluently that I don't know. I don't even know how her brain works. I'm not smart enough to comprehend it, but it's just honestly amazing to watch.
Well, in Beauty and the Beast, so they did their big Beauty and the Beast song. And in the middle, she changes out of her big ball gown and she pulls out her guitar and puts on her H.E.R. sunglasses and wails on the guitar in the middle of Beauty and the Beast. It was so cool to watch.
Yeah. Oh my God. I think, the thing is, for so long, some of the most revered guitar players in the world have all been men, which is fine. That's totally cool. But I think it's really important for young girls of every race, every, every background, whatever, to be able to say that, they can also do that. You can also fucking shred. Yeah. That is so sick. And she does it so eloquently, so demure. So
and I love, well, I also love the fact too that she's an R&B singer, and R&B music isn't normally somewhere that you hear a wailing guitar solo. Yeah. But she mixes genres into this, and it's beautiful the way she does it.
Undeniably her.
Yes. Shortly after this, a year after this, The Color Purple comes out. And she plays Squeak. And this was like her movie acting debut. But she does not sing in this at all. Like, Squeak doesn't have a solo song in The Color Purple. Have you watched it yet?
I haven't watched the movie that's just come out. I've seen it before. I've seen like the stage production, but I haven't watched the newest iteration of it.
It hurts so good.
Oh, I know. Honestly, and hey, I'll be completely transparent on this podcast right now. The only reason why I haven't seen it is because I watched a slime tutorial of the one with Cynthia Erivo in it, and I was that production, and then Jennifer Hudson was in it too, and
yeah.
Oh my God. It was just, that was like watching lightning in a bottle that I was like, nothing will ever top this.
Although I do got to say Fantasia. Oh my God.
I heard she does a great job.
Are
too,
you,
I know.
You were maybe too young when Fantasia was on American Idol.
I personally don't remember that.
Okay. You might have been too young.
Yeah.
So me being me and having watched Fantasia on American Idol, like I knew she was going to knock it out of the water, and I think she already had played her on Broadway and everything too.
Yeah.
But oh my God, she broke my heart.
I've seen like when they released like rehearsal footage of them, like, you know, doing like the stage blocking and stuff, and even doing like the read through of the movie, and she's sitting there and singing it, and I watched that, and I obviously bawled my eyes out.
Well, but also I get it because Cynthia Erivo is.
I can't get through a single Wicked trailer. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it in theater because I'm going to have to bite my own shoulder to not wail. I'm literally going to be like,
But yeah, so she played Squeak, and Squeak does not have a solo song in it, which I think the whole time I wasn't realizing it was her because I was waiting for some big song because it's fucking her.
Yeah.
To make up for this, though, she did write music for the soundtrack. She wrote a song called Any Worse Squeak Song, like in parentheses. And it's like a song that she wrote for her character, like how she was feeling in the moment. Like if she had a song in the show.
Yeah.
And they played it at the end of the movie. And it's bluesy and beautiful, and I had chills, and there's moments where her voice cracks.
Oh.
And I just, I can't. And then some of the words, because I'm a big lyrics person. So I wrote down, oh, you can break me down, leave me on the ground. Love me till it hurts, you wouldn't be the first. You just get to use it, you just let it burn. I'm taking my chances for whatever it's worth. You can beat me till I'm bruised, I got nothing left to lose. So it can't get any worse. Oh. I wasn't ready to cry this morning, but I did. She also did Risk It All with Usher for the soundtrack, and that was also an amazing collaboration.
I would risk it all for Usher.
Yes. It's their voices together is just honey butter. So yes, they released those on the soundtrack, and then up to today, her newest release is He Loves Us Both with...
Oh, that was good. I was listening to that earlier.
Yes.
Let me see who that is by.
So the newest release is with Lila Ike, and it's called He Loves Us Both. It's a collaboration, and it kind of reminds me of like a modern day The Boy Is Mine. Like, except it's not they're fighting over this person. It's like he loves us both, and I'm accepting that. And very interesting take on that dynamic that has been portrayed a lot in music.
It has.
I also liked the beat behind it. Like,
oh, dude, that's the main thing for me. Like, I'm usually a lyrics person too, but I was so lost in the musicality of it. In a good way, that I wasn't even really taking in a whole lot. Like, I mean, there were moments that obviously, like, I would listen to the lyrics and I was like, these are really cool, but I was just vibing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lyrics of this one are really cool because it says, he loves us both. I know. Yes, this sounds strange for sure, but don't be too quick to judge. See, it's just the thing about love. You can't choose what you feel when you know it feels real. And I knew exactly just what I felt. I didn't want to lose a good thing just because I really want it to be good for what it's worth. So it's essentially like,
you know, there's a side chick probably, and like they both know about the other person, but like I don't want to lose this person that I love so much. Very interesting take. Do I personally want to be in that situation? Fuck no. No. But happy for you. It's a great song though. You guys definitely should check it out.
It is a very good song.
And the very last thing she's done was actually last week. She sang the national anthem of the United States of America during the closing ceremony of the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France. So that's super exciting. Yeah. I know we're going to have the Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028, which will make traffic so fun. Yes.
I love that for us.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be so cool.
I heard, though, that they're going to have or was it something else? No, it might have been a different thing that they were talking about having in LA. But they were like, they're going to spread them out throughout the different states so that not every event is.
Oh, really?
But I don't know. I don't think that was the Olympics. I think that was the big soccer thing that happens every year.
Oh, the World Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Are we getting the World Cup soon, too? Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's getting busy up in here.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I can't wait.
But I do love that for her.
Yes,
that's exactly. Great.
Yeah.
That's a big honor.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
100%.
really big honor.
I mean, everyone keeps talking about, Billie Eilish's performance or whatever, but being able to sing the national anthem for the United States, like, I'm not a super patriotic person, but don't get me wrong, I go to a football game or some sort of sporting event, and the national anthem plays, I'm like, wow. For these 2.5 minutes, I am proud to be an American.
I look at it as I'm happy for the person who's getting to sing it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's more, yeah, I guess that's more of what it's like.
I more know how much of an honor it is to be asked to sing it for a big event.
Yeah.
So I feel happy for that person. It might not necessarily be pride in what our country is right now.
Yeah.
Or whether I think that should be our national anthem or whether we need a new one or, all of that. All that being said, it is an amazing honor to be asked to do that.
Oh, yeah. It's also not an easy song to sing.
Oh, no.
There's octave jumps in there and stuff. I think the one thing, okay, not to go on this fucking rant about the national anthem for a second, but I definitely think it's annoying that we wrote a national anthem that is not a song that everyone can sing together.
Yeah.
It just feels very American of us to
turn
singing the national anthem into a freaking competition too. I went to a Dodger game recently and B. Slade was the person that was singing the national anthem. He sounded awesome.
Good.
Just figured I'd throw that in for you guys if you're wondering. B. Slade, he's got it.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see what H.E.R does in the future. I have no doubt that an EGOT is coming.
Oh, 1,000%. 100%.
She's going to be an EGOT. We're calling it here right now. She's already got the EGO. So
by 27.
By 27.
That's insane.
That's insane.
But please do not listen to this and feel like your life is over because you didn't accomplish all that by then. And am I mainly saying that to myself? Yes.
All right, we're going to take a short break to hear from our fellow podcasts in the Bass Blown Entertainment category. I don't know what that accent is.
Oh, me neither. But I like it. Keep going.
We're going to hear from our fellow podcasts, and then we will be right back with closing thoughts.
If you're looking for fun events, awesome music, and enjoyable podcasts, then look no further. The Bass Blown Entertainment family has you covered. With so many talented people in our community, it was only right that we not only bring you events, but all sorts of awesome entertainment. Follow Bass Blown on social media or join our Discord community to stay updated and engaged in everything. That is at Bass Blown on social media and discord.gg/bassblown for our Discord. Bass Blown Entertainment, bringing you more than just bass in your face.
Welcome to Know Your Rights, a music podcast from two guys who know just enough about songwriting to start a podcast about.
Follow Rob
and Colton
as each week we dive into a different band or songwriter and discuss what makes them great, okay,
or otherwise.
Music is law,
and we know our rights.
streaming bi-monthly wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Know Your Rights, a Bassbone Entertainment podcast. When it comes to making the goings-on of the world entertaining, we got you covered. The Chit Show is a news, pop culture, geek culture, and music podcast hosted by none other than Danny, a.k.a. Danko, and me, Leo, a.k.a. DJ Brute. Tune in as we cover all sorts of topics with a very opinionated and wild twist. The Chit Show Podcast, where chit-chat and shit shows come together for your entertainment. Tune in on your favorite streaming platforms with new episodes dropping every other Monday. Again, that's The Chit Show, a Bassbone Entertainment podcast.
All right, we are back for our closing thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick a favorite song, do you think you have one?
Yes.
Okay.
My favorite song by her is Hard Place.
That's a good one.
It's a very, very fun I mean, it's not, I mean, fun is a weird word to use for it, but I mean, I just really related to a lot of the lyrics and also oh my God, the vibes. They're just so good.
Mm-hmm. I would say that my favorite is The Best Part. It has that like coffee shop vibe that I love.
It does.
But it's
also
still
popular on
R&B.
TikTok, right? Or I think
It was for a while, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that might have actually been where I first heard it.
it's got a good vibe. There's
Yeah.
a reason it's popular. It's not because it's I mean, it's just
And
'cause
that
it's
goes
good.
all the way back to like her first album. So the fact that it's still being played everywhere says like how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's got that it won R&B, like in the category of R&B.
Yeah.
But it's got that coffee house type vibe to it too. Like
Yeah.
I'd
Like
hear it on the coffee house station on my car.
Yeah. Like I know you were saying earlier that like that's a song that you used as like a nice post about your significant other, and I feel like that's just the perfect kind of song to like that could be like, you know, you're within like a relationship that's like our song, or like your first dance song or something like that. It's just it feels very like newly in love, which is it's such a wonderful and optimistic
such a good
time.
feeling.
It is, before all the red flags kind of start to present themselves and you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Favorite album. I know that she only has like one technical album, but she has those compilation albums, and I count them as albums. Or I guess we could do EP. Favorite EP too. I don't know.
I guess that's a good question. I think I would say I Used to Know Her. The compilation album is probably my favorite. But I also, I didn't mean to hit that thing. I do think that just like easy listen, like not easy listening, but like a great cohesive album would be Back in My Mind. I think is really, really strong.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. So that also I think is a great choice.
I would say I Used to Know Her is maybe my favorite. I wrote the most on that one. Like as far as songs I liked, lyrics.
Yeah.
It had the upbeat, it had the slow down moments. It had like a nice ride of waves.
Yeah. I totally see that.
So what is something you would take away from learning about her, even though there's not much about her online?
Yeah, there's a big, I mean, maybe like if I did like a super deep, like if I was like a really, you know, if I was a stan, I would probably know everything about her. But I think surface level wise, I feel like she keeps a lot, like her music talks way louder than her. And I think that that's really cool that she has a little bit of anonymity about her life.
Yeah.
Outside of music. And I do think the thing that I take away from her on that would be like, let the music speak for you. I think is a really good one. And also just like, I don't want to project anything, but it just genuinely feels like music, like she just hears it, you know? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie August Rush.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a weird choice to use, but just how he just is is such a prodigy that he like could hear music in the wind and just in the way that wind chimes blow. And like, it's just, I'm projecting this onto her because she might not be that way at all, but I just feel like that's the way she is. And
that's the vibes I get off of her.
Those are the vibes that I get. And I also think that it's really cool that she doesn't pigeonhole herself. That she's not, I'm just an R&B artist. She's like, okay, well, I'm an R&B artist, but I'm also an actress. And I did this and I did that and I did this and I did, like, she's so multifaceted. And I think that that's so so cool. And also playing guitar is fucking fun, and playing
Yeah.
drums is fun, and just playing live instrumentation is super cool. Not that it's wrong to play to tracks, you totally still can, but when a lady shreds, another
It
lady
makes
gets
me a
their
little
wings.
tingly.
Also that. It shreds my lady lumps. I don't know where I was going with that one. I probably should go to jail for what I just said. Jail.
I would say, yeah, I think in the fact that when I was researching her, that like even on her Wikipedia page, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
And so it really is, she's a huge artist, but she didn't have to share everything about herself online to make it there.
Yeah.
And I think that's just as important. You know, last week or last month we talked about Doja Cat, who is like the complete opposite.
Yes.
You know everything about Doja Cat.
Everything she wants you to know.
Yeah,
about
everything
her.
she wants you to know about her. And she's online all the time, and she's constantly there.
Mm-hmm.
And while I do think that that side is very important, I think it's also very important to keep your sanity.
Yeah.
And your privacy and like you said, let the music speak.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool to be able to compare and contrast the two different things and be like, they both work.
Mm-hmm.
So, and long story short, whatever works for you, do that.
Mm-hmm. 1000%.
So that is it for this one. You get to choose our next artist. Who are we doing?
You know, I didn't actually think about that before I got here. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
I have more than you know what? Honestly, this is the one person that I thought of right away earlier today, and I was like, okay, well, they're kind of new, but I know so much about this person already, and I'm so interested in their career and the amount of work that they put in to get to where they are currently right now, and their lyricism and everything. And I would really love to look into Chapel Roan.
I was hoping that's who you were gonna say.
That's literally, I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I really want to, I know she just started, but I really want to, but also she hasn't just started. She's been doing this forever.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's be so interesting to kind of look into, this is what it looks like for someone who had to put in the 10,000 hours to get to where they are. So I'm really excited to look at a Chapel Roan.
I'm so down. Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
I'ma keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I think I'm in the wrong key, but I don't care. I always hear the Plankton video. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, mama.
Oh, the one where he's wearing the freaking fishnets and the boots. I love it.
So good. All right, well, I'm excited for that. I'm going to be jumping into that. I mean, TikTok's already given me everything I need to know. They're like, you're queer. You're going to like this.
Ooh, the hoe's going to love this.
All right, we will see you guys next time. Bye.